Russia is openly questioning Europe's political direction. In an exclusive interview with RT, Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov tears into what he calls Europe's hollow diplomacy, accusing leaders in Paris and Berlin of talking peace while preparing confrontation. The sharpest attack is reserved for Germany's new Chancellor and France's President. Names Moscow says now define Europe's strategic confusion. Lavrov zeroes in on Berlin, accusing Chancellor Friedrich Merz of reviving dangerous ambitions. Germany's decision to lift constitutional limits on military spending, Lavrov says, is not about defense, it is about dominance. He warns that Europe's past is being ignored as Germany openly positions itself as the continent's primary military power.
He announced that he was lifting constitutional restrictions on military spending, then declared this was necessary for Germany to once again, I emphasize that word, once again, become Europe's dominant military power. This speaks volumes about his mindset and the direction of his thinking. Since then, he has repeated this idea in various forms and in practice. What he's doing amounts to preparation for war.
Lavrov frames this shift as a broader European pattern: financial, military, and ideological support for Ukraine, replacing diplomacy with escalation. He argues that Europe is repeating historical mistakes, rallying the continent behind a conflict strategy that has already failed while refusing to reassess its assumptions. France is next under fire. Lavrov dismisses President Emmanuel Macron's repeated hints that he might call Vladimir Putin as political theater. Moscow's message is blunt. Diplomacy does not work through press statements or conditional gestures. It works through action.
Macron announced yet again about 2 weeks ago that he might call Putin sometime. You know, that's not serious. It's pathetic diplomacy. You want to call and have a real conversation? Just call. Putin will always answer the phone. He'll always listen to any proposal.
Lavrov adds that Europe's leaders privately acknowledge the deadlock, even reaching out through back channels. But he says those private conversations mirror the same public slogans: no flexibility, no strategic rethink, and no exit plan from a conflict Europe helped escalate. With Germany rearming, France posturing, and the UK echoing hardline positions, Lavrov says Europe has boxed itself into an uncompromising stance. The warning from Moscow is clear. Diplomacy cannot survive if Europe keeps choosing optics over outcomes and militarization over dialogue.